Hey guys, so this week's video is an easy breakfast ideas, and I know that a lot of times I want to sleep in an extra 20 minutes and grab a granola bar on the way out going to school, but these ideas are so yummy and they're so easy to make that for the past like 3 weeks I've been making these every morning, so I hope you guys enjoy them. So this first thing that I made was a poached egg in a bell pepper, and it's so simple and it tastes really good. So the first thing that you do is you take a little ring out from the center of the pepper, and then I just cut out the little parts that indent, and I just cut up the bottom of the pepper. Here I put it in the pan, and you just crack the egg and put it in, and you let that cook for a little bit, and I put a lid on it to circulate the air so that it would cook the top of the egg too. And next I flipped it over, and it's really nice when it actually works out like that. And I just put in the peppers on the side to let them cook a little bit. Here is the finished product, and it tastes so good, and it's great for breakfast in the morning. This next one is French toast roll-ups with peanut butter and strawberries. This does take a little longer, but it's so worth it, and it will make your day. All you do is take your slices of toast. I chose to do 4. If you don't eat that much, or you want to eat more, or you're making it for people in your family, you can decide. And you just roll those out flat, and then cut off the crusts, and do that with all the pieces. I cut off the crusts because those don't thin down as easily, and so when you're rolling them up, it makes it a lot easier without them, and they'll stay in place better when you are cooking them, and you do want them to be rolled up by the time you finish. And I did a mix of using a knife and just pulling it off because some parts were really difficult. But yeah, so that works. And then normally people use Nutella for this, but I don't like the taste of Nutella, so I just use peanut butter, and I think it tastes just as good probably. But I put a thinner layer on because it is really sticky, and you're rolling it up, so you're getting more than one layer in a bite, and you don't want like an overwhelming taste of peanut butter. So the next thing I did was cut up some strawberries so that you can put them into your French toast, and I just cut up like 3 and then lined them up along the top, and then I decided to cut an extra one so that I would have some more on the side. And here I'm rolling them up. You want to make sure you push them down, and you'll have an egg mixture, and it's just 2 eggs, a little splash of milk, and I put some cinnamon and nutmeg, and you'll want to dip all of your rolls into that so that it cooks just the same as French toast, and you'll leave the rolls on each side about 30 to 40 seconds, and that's at medium heat. So if you're cooking them higher, leave them shorter, and if you're cooking at a lower temperature, leave them a little bit longer. It's all up to you. And so you just keep flipping them. I do cut out the parts in between, so no, I'm not just cooking it really high. And you'll want to make sure that you get all the sides because you don't want any like raw egg taste when you're eating it. And make sure you flip them onto the side a little bit just to cook the edges. And here is the final product. I topped it off with a little powdered sugar just to make the morning better. The next one is sunshine toast, but I know a lot of people who call it wagon wheels, so it's just whatever you call it. And you just start out by putting a thin layer of butter onto both sides of the toast, and just make sure you spread it evenly because it can like make it different with when it cooks. And I have a small little glass that I use to cut out a center circle. So then you'll put it into the pan, and I did mine on medium heat again, and just break the egg into it. I broke my yolk by accident, so that ended up being cooked when it was done. So if that's the way you like your yolks, do that. If you want it runny, just try better than I did to make it not break. And you'll put in the little circle too, and I just cooked that up and it tastes really good, especially when the yolk is runny because you can dip it in it. And here is the final product. And my final one is a strawberry banana smoothie, and this is really good for when you're like running late and you need something that you can take along with you to school that's healthier than just grabbing a Pop-Tart and running. So what you do is you take a cup of milk, and then I peeled apart 2 bananas and just broke those up and put those in. And I broke them so that the blender wouldn't have to do as much work to get them pulled apart. And then I cut the green tops off of 6 or 7 strawberries and just put those on in there too. Make sure you get the lid because I've done it before and it's splashed everywhere. And just blend that up a little bit. And you'll want to get about 3/4 of a cup of ice and put that in there because it makes it a little thicker and colder and it makes it taste a lot better. And so here I have a little jar that I got from Smith's, and I put as much smoothie as I could into it and closed it up, and then I just left the rest of the smoothie for myself. So those are the foods I made for breakfast. If you try any of them out or have made them before, make sure you post a picture on Twitter or Instagram and tag me in it. I would love to see you guys making them, and I will see you guys again next week. Bye!